Okay, we're here, and Boston. It is the end of day one of PAX East 2019.
Yes.
This is the 10th anniversary, the 10th PAX East, and it's actually my 10th time being here. I've been to every PAX East since it started in 2010.
And I've been to every one since I started going to them.
Yes, you have been to every one since you started.
Yeah.
So that's great.
4? I don't know.
Yes, I believe this is...
I can't do the math.
Yeah, you need to be in frame here.
Yeah, I realize if I lean back, I'm not in frame anymore.
Yeah. So, so we saw a few things. We had a little bit more of a laid-back schedule this year. We didn't schedule as many actual appointments, but we did some walking around. We saw a lot of stuff we liked. Some stuff we quite didn't really like. But we saw more board games, actually, today than we have in the past. So we're going to have some of those. We saw some great video games as well. And we're going to go through some of our favorites today. Starting with, I think, the big release this year with Sony.
Yeah, this comes out in April.
Yeah.
We were lucky enough today was Media Hour Day.
Media Hour Day?
Well, it's the day that they have the Media Hour. So you get in as media. We get in an hour before the horde, so to speak. Which is good because from what I've understood and what I saw, there's a lot of people lined up to get a chance to try this game out. So
and which game is this?
We're going to actually say it. Oh, I thought we were just going to talk around it the whole time. Days Gone at the Sony booth.
Yeah, so we played some Days Gone, and I'm going to get Tico to talk about what... So this is Tico playing. In fact, all of this video is going to be Tico playing.
Yes.
But I did not play this one. So there were two scenarios you could choose from. The first being sort of a stealthy mission.
A stealth mission where like you start at one end, you have to collect a part for a motorcycle. So it's more of the story component to it. And I actually attempted to be stealthy, although you only have this is early on in the game from what I understand. So you have a handgun, a shotgun, no melee weapons. I think you have a knife. If you get close enough, you can stab with a knife.
Yeah, I saw you walk up behind one of the zombies.
That was the only quiet kill I did. Everything else was.
So you can actually hide in bushes.
Yeah, you can duck in and they don't see you unless you aim at them with a shotgun. But they don't seem to hear that they don't rush it, so it's good.
But these are fast-moving zombies.
They are fast zombies. They are very quick to react zombies. One of the things here I saw too, this car that we're coming up on here, there is an alarm in that car.
Oh.
So I saw like a little flashing light that there's a car. So as I shot that to draw them all towards that, except for that guy there who saw me and required a shooting.
Well, you better shoot him then.
Yeah. So, looks fantastic. The zombies
really does.
The zombies don't go down with one shot. Sometimes it's a couple of shots, even headshots. There's some creepy stuff in this, like the part of the mission you're required to climb onto the roof to get into the building, and there's children zombies.
Oh yeah, and they killed you.
And they killed me for sure. And it throws you off a little bit seeing it for because most of these games you never see children zombies.
No.
Even The Walking Dead, you don't really see children zombies. Like, I mean, the one in the very
first episode.
But other than that, it's always adult zombies. And all the games have never really gone that route with actual child zombies. So it's...
So the second mode is the one I played first. And I played it a couple of times. I think 3 times I tried this level. And I got to the end. I'm like, yeah, nope, this isn't... I can't do this. So this it is a horde mode. So there is this massive horde of zombies in this pit.
Yeah.
And the idea here is you walk around the level because they don't know you're there. You walk around the level and decide where you're going to lure them, and there are gas cans laid out in different places. So you try to lure them towards the gas cans. But look how fast these zombies are moving, and there's hundreds of them.
And I will say the aiming mechanic is not it's not snap-on aiming. I would prefer I pull down the iron sights and it snaps onto a target, but no,
and it doesn't do that. No,
you're finessing a target, so you're running. You've got this huge group of them behind you, and then so you're trying to run, turn, and then hit that, and you're backing up as you're running. I know, I think this is the one here where there's one of these ones where I was backing up. I'd aim on a thing and I fell backwards over
a cliff. Oh, not a cliff, but a
like a little drop off, not
right. It's coming up right here.
Yeah,
I think.
And it's not easy. There's a lot of them. You don't get to really you're not really seeing where they are. as you're going. You're just trying to get away from it. And like you died 3 times. I lasted a little bit longer, I think, because I
Oh, you
ran.
lasted quite a bit because you're. Well, I tried to run too, and yeah. Then I think here you basically just get swarmed, and there's just nothing you can do once you get swarmed.
Yeah, I think
It's pretty.
yeah. Just my face there, it's like, well, that escalated quickly.
Yeah,
Is
that
what
was.
happened.
It's just. And that's a game level.
Yeah,
That's apparently a level late, like much later in the game.
and
After you've learned how to play, after you've got more weapons, and you're better at playing. But I jumped into that my first time, and I'm like, nope, I can't. No, I can't do it. It's scary.
It's the tension ratchets up.
Oh,
like
huge tension.
even in the stealth part of the level, the tension does, like, because you're like, okay, like I don't know like what'll happen. Particularly since I saw you try your side first before I tried mine. I'm like, I don't want to alert one of those guys and be swarmed by a whole bunch of those guys. So it really does give you that level of tension. One thing I do want to say is the booth that Sony put together for this.
Oh, it is amazing.
They went all out with this. I believe you captured.
I captured some video of the live zombies they've got.
Yeah.
And they're just it's so good. Let me see if I can actually get the volume on this one going. They're screaming at us,
moaning, grabbing. Like great makeup on these guys. And they're just doing this hours and hours during the day. Like it's really well done.
Can you imagine them doing it all day long? I can't. But the first guy we saw, he was actually screeching like a zombie from The Walking Dead.
Yeah.
And it was really creepy.
I wonder how long he's gonna keep that up
right?
The day.
Yeah, it was really well done. So that was Days Gone. I'm not sure. I'm still not sure about the game myself, whether I want to play the game.
Yeah.
Because it is really freaky, and it's like it's going to be heart pounding, you know.
The fast zombies as well. I would like to try the game. I just don't. I just feel I'm not going to be good at it. I feel like it's going to be like a lot of like level 2 swarmed, and I'm just
I'm dead. Exactly.
Throw a controller.
Yeah. Now, spiritual successor to Burnout. 3, Burnout 3, like Burnout 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah, Takedown, Revenge.
This is actually created by Alex Ward, who was behind those other Burnout games. This is called Dangerous Driving, and this is coming out on April 9th. So we're very, very close to this.
Very soon, and this is coming out on, I believe, PS4 and Xbox and
PC. Yeah, available for pre-order now on PC. Now I got to tell you, Alex Ward is hilarious. We were talking to him about
great interview with
like
that
just guy. We were just chatting while someone else was playing the game at the beginning, and this is Tico playing, but he was just hilarious, like just talking frankly about just the games industry and just joking about how some people honestly think that they're rich. And he was going on about having a house full of gold bullion, and he doesn't know what to do with it, and all. Yeah. And it was just hilarious.
It was quite fun.
Because he started an indie company to build this game.
This is a passion project for him. This
was 7 people.
This is a small team, 7 people, based out of London, I think.
Yep.
And like sitting down and looking at this, it looks like
it's beautiful.
What we played, like It looks like Burnout, but like with on the current gen stuff.
Yeah,
it
absolutely.
looks like if they have made Burnout for this, it looks fantastic.
This doesn't look like an indie game. This looks like a AAA game.
It is fun to play. It controls well. You crash well. You feel good when you crash. You feel good when you take a car out.
Yes. Oh, absolutely.
I like it. It is track based. It goes back to that mechanic. There are.
But they're an indie game. It's not open world. It's
no, and I'm perfectly happy with that.
I mean, this is. They came out with a couple of other games already. They've released 5 games in 5 years.
Yeah.
All leading up to this.
Yes.
Right. What was the stunt mode game they came out with? Was it last year?
I think it was called Crash.
Crash Course or something?
Crash Mode?
Crash Zone?
Crash Zone.
There was Crash Zone, and then there was Danger Zone before that.
Yeah, Dangerous Golf.
Dangerous Golf. So we had Dangerous Golf, we had Danger Zone, we had Crash Zone. Now we've got Dangerous Driving. And all of those games were sort of mechanics they were developing as they led up to this.
Yes.
To creating the spiritual successor to the Burnout games.
Yeah.
And absolutely fantastic. I also played it after Tico managed to get first place. You
Yep.
went from sixth place.
I was sixth place
Yeah.
the entire game, and then there was somehow some sort of massive crash right before the finish line where three cars hit each other. I avoided them and somehow came across first.
Yeah.
And I'll take it because
Absolutely. I
fun.
came in like fifth.
Fifth.
At the very last second, too.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was, I picked the wrong car, apparently, because I picked a car that does not start with being able to use boost.
Yeah.
But it's a prototype car. It just makes it a little more difficult, but you have to wait for the boost to fill up full, and then as long as you hold A without crashing, you will continue to use boost like forever, as long as you don't crash.
Yeah.
And that's kind of cool, but I also discovered that if you're not good at the game, which it's hard at first, it feels like you're going really, really fast, so it's hard to control.
It does. So,
but I found, if you're not driving properly, you're going to get behind everyone else, and even using that boost, it doesn't catch you up.
No.
So
one thing too that we should make mention of, one of the things that he said that was added, he goes the persistent crashes. Which I loved that mechanic of. So when you crash your car or take a car out, that wreck stays on the road.
It stays on the road for the entire course.
So you're doing 2 and 3 laps across this game. That wreck that guy you took out in the first lap, that car is sitting there, and if you hit it,
he will still be there.
You're crashing.
Yep.
And
so later on, once you get to like the third lap, you've got these wrecks all over the road, and you have to steer around them, or it will wreck you.
Yeah.
And there's bonuses for wrecking cars in another wreck.
Yes.
For example, right?
So if you hit one of your own, it's called a nervous wreck.
Yes. Yeah.
And if somebody else hits one of your wrecks, it's
a junkyard wreck. It's a junkyard wreck. Yeah. So really, really well done. A small team of 7 people. Absolutely fantastic. Doesn't look like an indie game. This looks and feels and plays like a AAA Burnout game.
Yeah.
Like what we have played in the past, and it's absolutely fantastic. If you loved Burnout, you're going to love this. This isn't, keep in mind, it's not Paradise, because Paradise was an open world game. This is not open world, it's truck based. But if you loved the original, like up to Burnout 3, this is your game.
Yep. And I think they said 9 different game modes, so Road Rage is back.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to this one in a couple of weeks.
And finally, here's a game you really enjoyed. So why don't you talk about Biomutant?
Biomutant, yeah. So this is an upcoming RPG. You create your character. You create the fur color and the look and feel of your character, and you evolve over time. You are like a little mutant, and you're evolving different things. So it's an odd little thing. It's kind of cute with the way the character is, but you have you're picking up. I think I picked up like what was it called, the knock fist or something like that.
I didn't see what it was called.
That's right. You couldn't hear anything because it was in my headphones.
It's right.
So you're picking up different components to go through. So here I am taking out a few of the bad guys. So you start with a gun, and so you have to take out the bad guys who are attacking this creature, and then you have to also take out the creature. So it's
you did really well.
I did quite well. It was a lot of fun. The cool thing about this, I wish you could have heard this, because all of the zones and stuff like that are narrated as you're going through, like talking about the different zones and what you have to do, and it's like it's a British voice, so it's like a David Attenborough sort of narration almost.
Really?
To it as it explains. Like
the weird thing is, you gave me the headphones, says here, listen to the sound. I put them on, and there was nothing there.
I may have pulled them out. The cord was really short.
I honestly think all the sound was just literally in your head.
Maybe that's what it is. So maybe it's not a David Attenborough. Maybe it's just my brain.
That's your inner voice.
My brain automatically.
Do you narrate your life? Does David Attenborough narrate your life?
Wouldn't that be awesome?
It really would. Actually, most people want Morgan Freeman to narrate their life.
I'd go David Attenborough. Really enjoy this. I want to see a little bit more about, like a little bit more into it to see like what happens further on in the game, like how you evolve and stuff like that, what the story is. Didn't get a lot of sense of the story from this, but a very pretty game. I've heard a lot about the RPG elements to this. I look forward to that.
But no news on when.
No, they don't have a release date yet. But it does look fun. There's that one part where you get into the goo ball where
you're in this like almost like a Katamari ball that sucks up your enemies, and then you can basically, what I was doing is I sucked them up and I jumped up in the air, and then you release it and they go flying.
Oh, I didn't do that. I was
right?
just jumping and bouncing on the enemies
Yeah,
in
but
this
that
thing.
sucks them into the ball. So it's literally it was like a Katamari ball
Yeah.
that you're in the middle of.
And I love when you run fast. He goes to it's like a fox-like creature. He goes to all fours to do the
Oh,
fast run too.
little details are
Yeah.
cool. So that's Biomutant. THQ Nordic was
Yes.
is I guess publishing this. I have no idea when it's coming out. They didn't give us any information, but there
No.
was also nobody. We saw this early in the morning.
This was like it's
There
still
was
media hour-ish.
there was no one there to talk to about this one,
Yeah, there
unfortunately.
was one gentleman who I asked if he had a release date on it yet, and he said not as of yet.
Right, or that he wasn't aware of. I
Yeah.
don't think he worked for this particular game, but yeah. So that's Biomutant. Okay, we've got some board games we want to talk about. Which one do you
Yes.
want to start with first?
Or do we want to go in order? No, let's start with let's
Let's
start
go
with
with our favorite one.
yes.
My favorite one, anyway.
Yes, this one here is
So this is a TCG game, so trading card game. This is based on the Transformers. And what I'm holding here is the Rise of the Combiners booster pack, which is the newest block of cards to come out. So it's a TCG. For those of you who play things like Magic: The Gathering, you'll understand how the game, or you'll understand a lot quicker. I think because the
Yeah.
mechanics are very similar.
Yeah.
The difference here is, unlike Magic, there is no player in the game. You're not attacking players. You're only attacking the Transformers themselves. And the basic idea is each Transformer has a star rating, and you're allowed to have 25 stars in your deck. And then you have support cards, so you can add armor to them, armor utilities.
So, for example, this is a Decepticon. You can see this one here is a 9-star rated Decepticon.
Yeah.
So you can only use 25. So if you're playing with,
and that's the alt mode.
there we go. That's the alt mode. So if you're playing with this one here, this would be 9. You'd be able to put a few more in. Sorry about blocking your face.
No, that's fine.
And then during one of your turns, you can actually transform this, and you flip the card over to the bot mode, and that's how that mechanic works in there.
And they actually have triple changers as well. We're gonna actually open up our booster packs here.
They were kind enough to give us some booster packs, so we're actually going to open these things live and see what they are.
These are tough packages, I found.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could hardly open the one he gave me.
Right over.
There we go. Okay, so inside a booster pack there's going to be at least one Transformer inside.
One character.
Oh, card. No freaking way. I got Megatron himself.
Oh, well,
Megatron. You got?
I got so one of the combiner cards. So I got Moto Master. So this is a 2-sided card. So there's your 2 sides, but it flips open because you collect all of the Moto Masters.
And he becomes there. There you go.
And they'll combine into just like the regular combiners would. They'll combine into one giant card.
So on the card you can see this is their attack. So he can attack for 4. He has a health of 14. And he has a shield of 2. So those are his stats. When he transforms into his alt mode, so as a tank, he has 3 attack, 14 health, and 3 shield. Right? So they are. He has more shield in tank mode, but he has less attack. Right? Because he has 4 attack in robot mode, and typically they can attack better in robot mode, but they're better shielded in alt mode. So those are, you can have, let's see, what is he's a 10. So I could have another 15 stars, bring in some other Decepticons, for example, to go with him.
Some support cards and stuff like that. And then the rest of the cards are various weapon upgrades, action cards that can be played during your turn as well. It's a really cool mechanic, really enjoyed.
So there's an example of Sentinel Enigma. This is the action that you would use in order to combine your combiners if you've got all 5 combiners. And the way they've done it is that the 5 combiners all add up to 25. Right? So each of them are 5 stars. So you can have all of the Constructicons, and then if you get the card, you can then change them into Devastator. Now, the one neat mechanic I liked, it kind of makes things a little fair, is even if, say, I was playing the Constructicons, and you happen to take out 2 of the 5 Constructicons before I was able to combine them, I can still combine them into Devastator, but I have to take whatever damage is already done to those 5 now applies to Devastator. So 2 of them are out, so whatever their health is, that is gone off of Devastator's total health, and then whatever damage was already done to anything that's still alive, that also comes off of Devastator's health. So say in total I had 19 health and Devastator had 35 health total, then he has only what's remaining.
Yeah.
Right? You take 19 off of him already. So even you can bring out the larger Transformer, get more power, but he still has the same amount of damage already done, which is really cool. One other neat mechanic I want to talk about is the round goes back and forth, and if you can attack, you must attack a Transformer. You must attack any tapped Transformer, so if they've already attacked, you must essentially retaliate. The neat thing is, say I have 2 Transformers, and say you have 5.
Yeah.
I've already tapped both of mine. Well, now Tico must attack with all of his, right? And then basically to the point where they're all tapped. And then we untap all of them together. So mine don't untap until all Transformers on the table are tapped. And that kind of forces... It prevents the whole... I can't do anything because mine are tapped and yours aren't yet, so you get like 3 turns in a row. It essentially combines your 3 turns in a row
into
one turn.
But I don't lose the opportunity to use all my characters.
But you also don't get 3 turns.
Right.
Because that includes playing a card and picking up a card. So you don't get to pick up 3 cards and play 3 cards until I get to tap again. It's a really neat mechanic. It really balances things out. And so that's available in stores now. Transformers, the TCG. I was really impressed. I've been very excited to see this game. I had not seen it yet until today. I'm a huge Transformers fan.
It was a lot of fun. I looked up the cost Canadian for the starter kits. About $17 Canadian for a starter kit.
That's really good.
And the boosters, I think, are $5,
Devastator.
$6.
Devastator is the only combiner you can buy in a package together. All the others you have to find through booster packs.
And that's coming out. Actually, he said
it's not out now.
Devastator is not out now. No. That's the one that he showed us there. That's I think he's launching Monday.
Okay. So Transformers TCG, if you're a fan of TCG games and you're a fan of Transformers, definitely worth checking out.
Yeah, absolutely. It's not. It does not feel that it's cost prohibitive to get into this. Like you can get like the starter kit with a decent deck to start playing.
Well, I think he said there's only like 70 cards right now total. So it's not a huge. Even if you wanted every card, it's not going to take much to get them all.
No.
So, yeah. Very, very impressed with that, and I'm hoping to play more. And once we get to, maybe we can film a game and kind of show you what's going on there.
Yeah.
So that's Transformers TCG. Why don't you talk about this next one? You were really excited about this one. Exceed.
Exceed. So Exceed. This is Exceed. The Exceed system. So this has been out for a little bit. So this is the Street Fighter version of Exceed. So we sat down to play this. It is a card battle game. And you're basically play cards to do damage, and you have your characters are on a track, and you have to play cards to move them forward and backward and attack at range and stuff like that. Each box comes with 4 characters in it.
Yeah.
And they have the same base skills, but they have different special attacks in order to be able to do this. I enjoyed this. I had fun with this. Sean, not so much, I don't think.
They gave me what we found out afterwards. After we played 3 rounds.
3 rounds. They're demo
and I got
deck.
annihilated by Tico.
Yeah.
And it turns out I was playing Ken. He was playing Ryu. And it turns out Ken is like the hardest character to play.
Yeah, I don't know why that's their demo deck.
Right?
I mean, you'd think they'd want a more balanced demo deck.
Yeah.
But,
do you want to show the other boxes?
Yeah.
So we're gonna review this more, but there's 3 boxes for Street Fighter. We've got Sagat Ryu, Akuma, Zangief. The one we showed before was Cammy, M. Bison, Ken, and Guile.
And then we've got a Vega, Sea Viper, Chun-Li, and Dan in the last box.
So 4 characters per box, and you choose one that you want to play, and you can pit it against each other. Now, the Exceed game system also, they have their own characters. It's their own IP. You can also get those. There's 4 different boxes there. And there's a Shovel Knight coming. The neat thing about the Exceed game system is you can take any character from any of these IPs and pit them against each other. So this one is a Street Fighter themed version of the game, but it still plays exactly the same. Right? So you could actually pit Shovel Knight against Chun-Li.
Yeah. And you could they could really use this with any characters. Like you could get a Marvel or DC version of this too. Would be kind of cool if they managed to get that license. I quite enjoyed this game. Yeah,
it was absolutely fantastic. The final game we saw is a game called Fire Tower, and I've got a little image of our final shot here. It looks like my battery is running low for some reason, so I'm not getting power. I don't know why I'm not getting power. But maybe we can figure that out in just a second. But so Fire Tower is a game that can be played up to 4 players. And we're just seeing if we can get... No, I'm not getting any power. My battery is dying.
All right, so hopefully we make it through this. So it's a 4-player... not cooperative. What's the word when you try to kill each other? There's a word for that.
It's not cooperative. It's versus.
Non-versus. That's
non-cooperative.
So it is a versus game. Each player controls a fire tower. There's a fire in the center of the board, and you use the wind in order to try to push the fire towards your opponent. So you'll use cards in your hand to try to change the direction of the wind and place fire tiles, really cool little...
They're little gems.
Little orange fire gems, which you can see there, to place that fire one step closer to your opponent. You have the options of using some cards to use water to put them out. You have some cards that put fire blocks in front to sort of build yourself a barrier, fire breaks to build barriers to stop the fire from getting to you.
Yeah.
And so your thing is you just want to push that fire away from you as much as possible.
This is sort of what the box looks like.
Yeah, really, really, really enjoyed this game. I absolutely slaughtered Sean and also the game.
He didn't slaughter, but he did win.
I did. Listen, there was no fire anywhere near me. Near me.
Shut up. It was all around you.
No, not even close. Anyways, I really enjoyed the mechanics of it. It's a lot of fun. But maybe 15, 20 minutes for a full game.
Maybe, yeah, 20 minutes, 30 minutes. Fun, it was really fun
game. Really enjoyable. Really surprised because looking at it looked like it was going to be a confusing game board. Looking at it initially, but it makes a lot of sense. It was a lot of fun to play.
It was absolutely fantastic. I'm looking forward to playing more, and we're hoping to be able to get a review copy of that so we can tell you a little bit more about it. It was a Kickstarted game.
Yes.
This is the first show they've been at, but really, really enjoyed Fire Tower. Definitely look that up. But before my battery dies, we're going to call it a night. We will be back tomorrow for another show for day 2. And that is it. So thanks everybody for coming on and checking out day 1 with us. We'll be back tomorrow. Tomorrow? No, you know what? We might be back. We're going to be really late tomorrow, so we'll see. Hopefully we'll be here tomorrow. We got a long day.
If not, we'll do a combined day 2, 3 if
exactly.
necessary. But so we will be back at some point.
Absolutely. Okay, so thanks for joining us. Take care, everybody.
Bye, guys.
This has been an OMGNexus.com production.